Greetings from Quebec, guys. Today I want to take time to talk about a question that I get asked a lot online. It's coming a lot from people who are new to fasting. They want to know how to go about it. I just want to put a medical disclaimer out there. This should not be taken as medical advice. If you have any concerns, if you're thinking of jumping into fasting, you should always consult with your physician before attempting this. There are certain medical conditions where it's not recommended that you should do fasting. So just, make sure that you get that out of the way. I am in no position to be giving medical advice. So the question is, how do I fast? So what I'm going to be talking about today is water only fasting. I'm very old school when it comes to my fasting. I do not believe in supplementing during the fasting. You can do that if you want to, that is fine. But me, I'm all about the water only fasting. So I come from a family of fasters. My grandfather passed it down to my mom and she passed it down to me. So I've been exposed to fasting all my life. I've been exposed to water fasting. The body knows what it needs to do. We need to leave it space to do so. And I think supplementing can actually kind of hinder the process. Obviously, and I speak from experience, if you're already depleted, which a lot of us are because of, the modern day mess that we're in, fasting may make you just get more depleted. And I'm speaking from experience. I went through this. There's healing crises that happen, there's unpleasant feelings, but your fasting should be relatively good and smooth and a nice experience. I've learned this through supporting my body, detoxing my body between fasts. So if you need help with that, like my protocol, what I've done for the past 6 years, just let me know, reach out. And there's also all my protocols in the description box. I've been fasting for 8 years now, almost 9, and 6 of those years were hellish fasts because I did not know how to support my body. I was very depleted already and I had no idea I was. So my fasting was just me laying in bed, having a hard time going up a flight of stairs. And I just thought that was normal, that's just my own fasting process, but it isn't. Just be aware, support your body in between fasts, and your fasting process will be amazing. There's different points that I want to go over here. First one is how to ease on into it. What you do is you would get very clean the weeks leading up to a fast. That would be the best way that you could go about it if you want to have a pleasant experience with fasting. So things like starches, dairy, sugar, alcohol, all that kind of crappy stuff, you want to get that out of your diet, I would say at least 2 weeks before you attempt to fast.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And then usually what I do before I start my fast is I will transition to smoothies, things like baby food, things that are not solid, and then that will usually lead into a day or two of just juicing, and then I start the fast. So the way you ease on into a fast will have an impact on how you're going to experience the beginning of your fast, and it's less of a shock to your body as well. So if you're new to fasting, 1 day is plenty. When you start out fasting, you'll find that it's a big mind over matter game. You will find how much food takes up space, not only in your life, but in your mind, and how addictive food can be. Eventually, going through this process again and again, it's a muscle, and you can train that, and eventually you're not feeling called to the food anymore. It's not as important as it once was.
Bullshit!
But it's a lot of mind over matter. So 1 day is plenty. Although I truly do believe, and you will see in the resources that I link, the body knows when to cut the fast, and you will have clear signs of that when that time comes. The other thing I want us to talk about is the refeeding, because the refeeding process, which is cutting the fast, starting to eat again, this process is as important, if not even more important, than the fast itself. So there is something known as refeeding syndrome that can be fatal. So I would highly suggest looking into that before jumping into any fasting. And it's hard, it's a big mind over matter game. You're gonna wanna indulge, you're gonna wanna eat full of things, but if you want to respect your body and all the hard work that it has just done, please refrain, and like I'm saying, it can land you in the hospital if you don't refeed well. So this is like a fair warning. Go about it very slow. I usually ease back into it. A lot of people will cut their fasts with bone broth. And when we're talking bone broth, we're talking just bone broth. There's nothing else in it. It's like wholesome organic bone broth. My body doesn't do well with it. People are different, you know. I have to ease on out of it with green juices, cold pressed green juices, and that's what works for me. Everyone's different. Everyone finds their way of going about it. The important thing is your refeeding process should be half the length of your fast. So if you've done 14 days of fasting, then your refeeding process should be 7 days. So, you know, going slowly with liquids, transitioning to like baby food, so smoothies, you know, mashed up stuff, all of that, and then transitioning to, you know, going back to solids and so on and so forth until you are refeeded. So we talked about easing into the fast, we talked about refeeding, and then there's the in-between, there's the actual fast. So how do I fast? Don't eat, drink water, drink distilled water. You don't want to be drinking tap water. That will make you feel terrible. You don't want to be putting more toxins in your body as your body's trying to process the toxins and clean you out. So make sure you got good water. Don't eat. That's it.
Okay.
More seriously, no two fasts will be the same. People who have been fasting for a while know this. No two fasters have the same journey, but me from one fast to the next, they're all different. So I cannot have a clear answer for you as like what to expect. One thing to expect is as you're transitioning in the first days over to ketosis, this is when you can have unpleasant feelings. So I usually always get a fasting headache in the beginning. And obviously you can't reach for, you know, your Tylenol, your Advil, you can't take that.
Oh, no, no, no.
You gotta, you know, work your way through it, drink water, just, you know, work your way through it. And that's really what fasting is about. It is one of the most profound experiences that you can have, because there's nothing you can actually take to ease the uncomfortable feelings. You have to get through it. You have to go through it to get to the other side, and that's just it. These feelings are normal. These feelings are normal. You might get a bit lightheaded also during your fast as your pressure starts going down. You know, when you get up too quick, you have to get up slow.
Really?
There's tricks for it to stop. If you need help, just reach out. Headaches are common. There's full of different feelings that are common, and no two fasts are the same. So it's really hard to tell you what to expect. What I will say is make sure you have the space and you have the time to go through these waves. If it's possible for you to be off work, if it's possible for you to have, you know, your kids babysat, or just create a healing bubble, a cocoon for yourself, especially if you're not used to it, because you don't know how you're going to feel. Eventually you'll start getting used to it.
No. I don't believe it. It's not possible.
It can require a lot of rest. Also, I think that fasting is a time to give your body exactly what it needs. So you need your only job is to tune into your body and then give it what it needs. So if your body asks for a nap at 3 p.m., then you nap at 3 p.m. If your body awakens at 1 a.m. and is not able to go back to bed, don't fight it. Get up. If you're, you know, listen to yourself, allow yourself that space, allow yourself that love and that grace and that understanding and that compassion. I read this fasting book, and the quote that was said in it was like, when you're fasting, you're literally laying down on nature's operating table. You're handing your body over to nature, because you are nature yourself. So as you're going through this, you know, this operation, allow yourself the space to slow down and to allow the process. A question that I see a lot, and I want to address in this video, that I see a lot thrown around. So people are like, enemas, anal douches, do I do them? What happens if I don't poop? Like, it's been 2 days and I have not pooped. And I'm like, man, I've went 6-7 days without pooping during a fast.
What? What?
It happens. It happens. I truly, and it's very shared. Like some people will say, no, you need to do enemas every day. And by all means, if that's what you feel called to do, then do it. I've done it. I've done fasts where I do like those anal douches, like the bulb thing. I did it every day. There's those fasts where I didn't do it every day. I've experienced both. I can't tell you what to do for this. I think it's really up to you to tune into your body and see what you need. But it's normal to not poop during a fast. Your digestive system is slowed down and is not functioning. Your body's busy doing other things. So it's perfectly normal to not poop. You're not constipated. There's not an issue. You will not explode if you don't poop during a fast. I've posted resources that I found very helpful on my group on Facebook. You're welcome to come and visit us. The link will be in the description box below. I've made a post on fasting. You can use the search bar and just find it. So in that post, there's the different fasting stages, like which day you're up to and what you can be feeling and what's happening in your body. In the comment section, I've linked two links. So there's an amazing fasting, water-only fasting group that's really helpful if you need a buddy to fast, if you need someone to hold you accountable, if something happens during the fast and you need, you have questions, you can always turn to them and they are amazing. There's also another link. It's a website that I found a while back that I found had really good information. So you're welcome to go and see that. I mean, it's so much deeper than these just feel like human concepts that I've talked about, and there's so much more to fasting than that, and I get how it can be unique. So if you guys want to talk about it, I'm super open, like throw stuff my way. But obviously there's a lot of things that I will not be able to answer because it's so different. Live it, try the experience, and you'll see for yourself. Fasting is one of the most amazing gifts you can give yourself, in my opinion, one of the most profound experiences that you can live. There is a feeling that comes with fasting that's like no other. Just try it. Let me know how it goes. I'm wishing you guys the smoothest fast possible, and you got this. Find a reason why you want to fast. And then whenever it gets hard and whenever your mind and your start playing tricks on you, then remember your goal and remember the reason that you chose to fast. The only person that is setting your limits is yourself. So remember your goals and push through. A few uncomfortable feelings should not be enough to make you, step out of it. But the mind is a powerful thing, guys. Keep it up. You got what it takes to do it.